Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Monday morning. Glad you're here. Normally it's on the air, off the presses. Not today. We're talking about business. We're going to take you out to Clovis for a whole body boot camp workout. That's right. You can call in at 436-ME-TV, option 11. A lot of videos to show you today. Back after this from Thomas Casagrande, our sponsor on the program.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
All right, back here on the program on a Monday morning. Glad you're here. Thomas Casagrande is our sponsor today. Thanks for that sponsorship from him, and an interesting week ahead here on Connect with Me. Normally we do on the air, off the presses, not on this day. The focus is on business, and a very interesting business that's been around for quite some time. We got the owner of the place right here in the building and two other guests to go along with her. Interesting week indeed, because tomorrow we have the or actually not the VP, actually the president and the CEO of Valley PBS. He's going to be in here talking about some budget cuts. What will be cut at PBS, not only on the national level, but also on the local circuit here in Fresno as well. Later in the week, guess who's going to be here? Paul Diktos. He is the Fresno County Assessor. He wants to talk about the genocide, but I'll tell you what, we're going to ask him some questions also about why your house taxes are going up. They keep going up each and every year. And when you refinance your house, does the assessment go up as well? Interesting topic coming up on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have the old-time comedian. I think he's in his 80s now. You know, at our door, we have that poster up here. Rich Little, the comedian, is going to be here on the set live. If you don't know who Rich Little is, if you're not in that age group, well, look him up on YouTube. My gosh, he's a famous guy, and glad that he is going to be. We're honored that he's going to actually be here, Rich Little, on Friday. For now, you're watching us live on Comcast Channel 375 as usual, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. It's a call-in program, as you know, 43.6 and 13.1 over the air with a digital television antenna. Later in the day, like it or not, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 13.6 YouTube, 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV. And after that, it comes up on YouTube, and it's on forever. You know, it's an all-women's club, this business I'm talking about today. We're going to get to the video in just a moment, but men, don't even think about asking to join, because you know what the answer is? No, with a capital N. It's all women. I want to roll the videotape and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I went in, and I'm a man, but, you know, it was by invitation only. And I'm not going to join the club because men are not allowed. But I'll tell you what, it's a great club. And there they are right there talking about the whole body boot camp in Clovis, an all-women's workout club for those who want to get into shape, look their best, feel their best, and be at their best at all times. However, my friends, I got to warn you, this is not for the meek. There's no crying at Whole Body Boot Camp. No, no way. This place opened up some 9 years ago, and it has changed the lives of hundreds and hundreds of women across the Central Valley. You will meet one of those women right here in our studio live today. The owner is Debbie Coach. She's 55 years old, who has been a fitness fanatic for decades. There's Debbie right there. Not there, but in the previous shot. In fact, over the last 30 years, she may have helped train thousands of women. And for Debbie, it all started more than 35 years ago, maybe even longer. Small corner space at George Brown's, where she set up a group training session. She fell in love with coaching. With Whole Body Boot Camp, she opened it up in 2008 in front of her own home out on the driveway, believe it or not. A few years later, her business grew such a rapid pace, neighbors had enough. They said, hey, you got to move out of here. You can't do this in front of your driveway anymore. They moved into their current facility in 2011 and fully expanded in 2014. With a couple of locations in Clovis, now more than 300 women work out inside of a warehouse on Menlo Avenue. At a pop of $89 a month, women can help change their lives mentally, physically, emotionally. It's a feel-good place, high energy, and a coach that keeps you revved up. Live in our studio is Debbie Coach. She's the owner of Whole Body Boot Camp. She's here to take your phone calls, 436-ME-TV, option 11. We're going to get you revved up, and it's a feel-good program today. Our sponsor is Thomas Casagrande, 20/20 Optometrics out at Shaw and Blackstone. Back in a moment. At 20/20 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 20/20 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like Coach, Tiffany, Prada, Ray-Ban, Oakley, and more. Eye exams start as low as $89, so call or stop by to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, I'm Joseph Castro, president of Fresno State. Here on campus and around the Central Valley, we take great pride in Bulldog Red. We also take pride in our diversity and our academic and athletic achievements. On Wednesday, May 10th, it will be my pleasure to join John Malos on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno for a 1-hour interview to talk about all the great things happening at Fresno State. See you then.
Back here on the program with Whole Body Boot Camp out in Clovis. They have 2 locations. Debbie Cote is here. Good morning, Debbie. How are you?
Good morning. I am great.
Hey, good
Thank
to
you.
see you. And so I want to ask you about this feel-good place. There's no men allowed. I just want to get that straight, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And why is that? Just off the bat. Just a lot of
So-
people are going to want to know because they're going to call in and say, hey, how come I can't join?
We do a little something for the co-ed group with the wives, but we want the primary focus to be with the women so that they can relax. They don't have to worry about what they're wearing, what they
Right.
look like. Let's focus
Right.
on the business at hand.
Yeah. Hey, I want to roll the videotape. Let's go with the exterior shot here. It runs about 1:10. It's called Exterior. And a lot of videos to show today, so I want to get right to it. And so this place has been here since what, 2011?
2011.
2011. There's the outside of the place. We saw that earlier in the monologue. And it's called Whole Body Boot Camp because why? You're in a warehouse. Look at this. This is a huge warehouse. Do you rent this place?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We
Talk
do.
a little bit about it.
We've actually changed our name to encompass more of what we believe. We're a whole body approach. We like to focus on 3 pillars of wellness: clean
Which is
eating,
what?
clean eating,
Okay.
a workout with a purpose, and then habits, personal development habits that are congruent with your goals. And so that's more of our approach, is the whole body approach.
So what kind of habits do you teach?
We look at and try to work on sleep, stress management, water, clean eating, positive thoughts.
Yeah.
You can't think junk and come out being an athlete.
Yeah. See, so okay, sleep, stress-free environment. So how much sleep do you recommend somebody get at night?
You know, today it's more about the quality of the sleep versus the number. That might vary with individuals. So it's more of the REM sleep, but I think the current research is holding about 6 hours a night minimum.
Okay.
But some people can get by with less if they're getting really good quality sleep.
Yeah.
They remove all the blue lights and keep the room, dark and peaceful. And
Yeah. Yeah. And don't drink too much before you go to bed. I'm talking about water, not alcohol. But because if you drink too much water before bed or you drink milk, then you're going to be up at night, right?
Yeah, right.
You don't
You'll
want
have,
that.
Right, interrupted sleep.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to spend your time in the restroom. Okay, what
Right.
about stress? Because stress is a huge component of our lives today. Whether it's you're a single parent, I'm a single parent. We have all kinds of stress at work, business. You have your business to worry about. So it's easier said than done. Yeah, keep the stress level down. I could tell you that, but it's much more difficult than just saying it.
Right. Right.
So how do you do that?
We have classes where we work on stress management, meditation goals. We provide yoga. Several times during the year, we do yoga classes to teach people how to meditate.
Yeah.
Talk about good stress management skills. So don't necessarily read, poor reports before you go to bed. Be peaceful before you go to bed. The right amount of water, the right amount of exercise. You probably wouldn't want to exercise right before you go to bed. That's probably not the best option.
Why not?
Well, you're up. Your adrenals, everything's up. You're on an upswing instead of a down, peaceful swing.
Yeah. When's the best time of the day to work out? Because most people can't, I don't want to say most people, a lot of people can't work out before going to work in the morning.
The research is really good for an early morning workout, but my motto has always been do it when you can. So if you are not an early riser and that's not going to work, then let's just make sure we get it done for the day.
All right, let's go to a piece of videotape called Weights and Bike. Weights and Bike. And tell me why that morning workout is much better than any other time of day.
Well, it wakes your system up. You are creating chemicals, hormones that are feel-good hormones, and you also get your metabolism started early. And it doesn't have to be long. It can be as short as 6 minutes if it's the right 6 minutes. But beyond that, we recommend get the workout in for the day. So we have a class session at 6:30 p.m. And if that's your time zone, that's where it needs to happen.
Yeah, you said don't work out before you go to bed, but you offer classes, like you say, at 6:30, as late as 6:30. So how long before going to bed? Well, I mean, what's the window? Like if you go to bed at 10, you shouldn't work out later than...
Maybe 8. The research is an hour before you go to bed. You should start prepping your brain and your body for sleep 1 hour prior to.
Okay.
So things need to be calming down. Blue lights need to be off. Computer needs to be off. Phone off. And you're prepping your brain and your body for that restful sleep.
Right. Is that what you do normally? And what time of day do you work out usually?
Early morning is generally my workout time. That's my preference.
Yeah, generally speaking. Now, a lot of these women here are doing this. We shot this videotape here at about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. So the majority of these women, they come in, they're on a tight schedule. I'm sure they're all, probably working or have families or whatever the case may be. Do you find that a lot of these women are stressed out?
There's a lot of stress today in our environment. A lot of stress.
Yeah.
Single parent, jobs, finances, time, commitments. We're overstretched. So stress management is a good thing.
Okay, I want to take a break here. We're going to come back with more of Debbie Koch because we have two other guests that we're going to talk to. 436-ME-TV option 11 if you want to get your full workout in today on the program. Thomas Casagrande is our sponsor today. Back in just a moment.
Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy. KitchenAid, Ventura TV appliance, and you, when only the best will do.
At 2020 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 2020 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like Coach, Tiffany, Prada, Ray-Ban, Oakley, and more. Eye exams start as low as $89, so call or stop by to schedule your appointment today. Back here on the program, 436-ME-TV option 11. Keep calling in if you have a hard time getting through. You have to call in at 436 and then wait for that recording. I know it's arduous, my friends. It's very difficult sometimes, but all you have to do is let your fingers do the walking. Remember that commercial? And hit option 11 after you call in. You'll be able to get in. Caller, you're on the line with Debbie Koch. Go ahead.
Debbie, let me ask you a serious question. And I see that a lot of it has to do with, stress at work, whatever, But what if you had a person coming to you and wants to get not so much in shape, but to let out the stress, but at the same time with all the stress that's around the home and work, is thinking about suicide. How could you help someone like that, or direct them to a place that can help that person? Because I know that a lot of it has to do with the stress and whatever, but there's serious people that are so far get caught up in society that they're thinking about suicide. How would you go about to help someone like that? And that's a direct question. I'm not thinking that way, but how would you help with a person? And thank you, Debbie.
Kind of a weird question, because I know you're not a psychologist, but how do you, let's take the suicide part out of it, okay, and just focus on how do you help somebody that's on the edge, that's so stressed out. And by the way, I want to roll the videotape while you're answering that. It's called Straps, and we'll take a look at one of the workouts that you have here at Whole Body Boot Camp. So somebody is very much on the edge, being stressed out with work and kids and husband and wife and this and that. And what do you tell them? What do you do?
Well, we're not healthcare professionals. Everything that we do is related to fitness.
Totally understood.
But the research is really good that exercise helps make a happier brain. That's the bottom line, is that the research is good, that you can create chemicals that will aid in giving you a happy brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not us. That's the research. So.
Yeah, and how long a workout should it be, by the way?
That would vary between individuals, but the general rule of thumb is somewhere between 6 minutes and 50 minutes.
6 minutes doesn't seem long enough to even work up a sweat, though.
You've never worked out with Ashley?
Well, I did briefly the other day.
Then 6 minutes was probably a challenge.
Well, no, I mean, but they were in there for 40 minutes. You know, I mean, that's a good workout. If
She
you do.
could crank it up.
Yeah, no, believe me, I know. I saw her.
6 minutes, you can get a lot done in 6
No, but
minutes.
I get on my treadmill, or I'll do something, I'll walk, but I'll speed walk, but it's like an hour and a half. It's
Yeah.
not 6 minutes. It doesn't seem like you really do much. So that's why you have so many exercises there. You got 3 different types of exercises, maybe 4. I'm not sure. You tell me how many exercises you have.
It would depend on the day. Ashley's the program director, and she does design those, but we change it up at least every 6 weeks. The segment that you're seeing today, there are probably 3 to 6 stations.
Yeah, you've got the bike,
The rower,
the rower,
the
what else?
TRX straps,
Yeah, the straps.
the weights.
The weights. That's 4 right there.
Right.
And
And she
then-
might do some core.
Right.
And,
Ashley's going to join us here in a few minutes, and she can talk about that. Let's take this call here. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air with Debbie Coate.
Hi, I wanted to ask Debbie if she offers customized workout routines for individuals, or is it more of a group class setting?
We currently do not do one-on-ones. It's group.
Okay, I was wondering because I'm going through hormone therapy and I'm having some body image issues and, weight gain in certain areas, and I didn't know if you had, like a personal trainer type of situation.
We don't, but we could certainly recommend some individuals that you might be able to connect with.
Yeah, I it's really, as a transgender individual, that identifies as a woman, it's very difficult to find workout places, that cater to women. And I just thought your organization would be a wonderful deal. Now, do you take pre-op transgender individuals, or do you have to have the reassignment surgery already?
Oh, I don't know. We've never been asked that before. I wouldn't even know how to intelligently answer that.
You don't discriminate, do you?
No, of course
against women?
No.
So you accept all women, like you would accept Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, I'm not there yet, but you would accept that.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the healthcare professionals. All of our clients must have their healthcare professional sign off and/or they assume their own responsibility. So that's not even my realm, but there are.
Check with your doctor to see if
Yeah.
you're well enough to exercise,
Right.
especially with some of these strenuous exercises that Ashley puts everybody through.
Right.
Well, that's what I was wondering. With my hormone therapy, you know, I have some weight gain in specific areas, so I just
Okay.
didn't know if they had more of a personal approach. But that might be an interesting thing for you to offer, because there's a lot of people out there like myself. So
Okay.
thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for the
Have a good
call.
day.
I appreciate your call. Thank you. Okay, so let's roll a videotape here. I am going to roll Debbie, the videotape called Debbie. It runs about 1:45 here, and we're going to see you in action here just for a couple of minutes. Let me ask you a couple of email questions here, Debbie. We already answered the one, why you exclude men. Will your guest introduce a workout designed for men at some point?
We have talked about offering something co-ed, and we actually do help our clients with designing what we call a peaceful plate at home, so that husband and wife are working on the same page with what they eat, and then we offer family and friends workouts, so they can bring either their sons or their husbands, boyfriends over for a workout.
Right, but not on a regular basis, right?
Not today. We get asked all the time about specialized children's programs or co-ed programs. George is right down the street, George Brown's, and so they have co-ed programs. That's
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Another email question. According to your guest, what percentage of diet is the total overall fitness regimen? What percentage does diet play?
Again, I can only go by the research. They're going to tell you 80%. We
Diet
see
is 80%? Mm-hmm. 80%. What percentage is exercise then?
20.
Well,
It's
what
the
percentage?
80-20.
What percentage is sleep and stress-free?
I'm just going to tell you the research. So 80-20, but we don't ascribe to that
Wow.
necessarily. So
So
but
you
it's
can't
not
eat-
as much the workout as what you think.
So you don't you don't recommend going through McDonald's every day,
Right.
And no matter, I mean, even if you do whole body boot camp workout every single day, twice a day, going to McDonald's is not going to help you.
You cannot out-train a poor diet. So
You
whatever the
can't.
poor diet is for you, you cannot out-train that.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here? Yes. All right, quick break. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Remember that no matter what you eat, you can't out-train a bad diet. Wow. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Thomas Casagrande, our sponsor. Back in a moment.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
At 2020 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 2020 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like Coach, Tiffany, Prada, Ray-Ban, Oakley, and more. Eye exams start as low as $89, so call or stop by to schedule your appointment today.
Okay, back here in our final remaining moments with Debbie Coach. She is the owner of Whole Body Boot Camp out in Clovis. And what are the two locations, quickly, before we go here? And we got to bring Ashley up. Go ahead. What are the two locations?
We have a location on Menlo and one on Toll House.
Okay, I want to roll a videotape, wide shot of the warehouse. I want to do a wide shot of the warehouse before you go, and then I'm going to show the entrance sign as well after that. So the shot coming in, we've already seen it, and it does take place in a warehouse. So talk a little bit about, there's kind of the wide shot right there. That's really encompasses the square footage of the place right there. By the way, what is the square footage?
We're just a little shy of 3 with both rooms, so 28, I believe, 2,800 square feet.
Okay, so your neighbors got fed up at some point, huh? You were doing this in your driveway a few
Yes.
years ago?
Yes.
How many women in your driveway?
15 to 20.
It's a violation of city code, right?
Yeah, I'm out in the county, but my neighbors were like,
out in the county?
we love you, but that's not going to work.
Well, how many women were out there?
15 to 20.
That's it?
Yeah,
Well, that's not that many.
Well, it's 20 cars 3 or 4 days a week.
Oh, okay, in
so-
front, parking in their front of their
Right.
houses and this and that. And,
Right.
all right, how about the entrance sign? Let's do the entrance sign. I think that's as you first walk in here. And so when did you decide, at what point did you decide, hey, I'm going to make this into a full-time business. I did this over at George Brown's, and that's a sign. It's a sign when you walk in. Share the love, Debbie. At what point did you say, I'm going to start a business because I know this is going to work? And is your business flourishing?
I realized that in 2011, I wanted to turn it into more than just part-time.
Is it flourishing right now? Can you say that you own a successful business? You have more than 300 members?
We do have a successful business, but we have some of the same obstacles and challenges that all small businesses have. And
Which are what?
how to manage growth, expansion, payroll, building size, parking, all of the obstacles that a lot of small businesses would have.
How many employees do you have?
We have 4 full-time and 5 or 6 part-time trainers.
Yeah, so you've been in business since 2011. This is so 6 years. They say 5 years, and that's kind of the benchmark for any kind of business. So do you have any kind of an advisor that will give you some business sense on how and when to expand, when the right time is?
I do. I have the typical what you would expect, your accountant, your CPA, your attorney, and then I have a business coach.
A business coach who does?
Who helps with what would the next 5 years look like? What would the next year look like? What
And
are my
is he
goals?
what's he telling you now? What's he telling you about the next 5 years?
Well, I make the decision on the goal, and he just helps to manage that process to make sure that I'm looking at it realistically.
Are you planning on expanding? What's he telling you?
I want to help 1,000 women reach their fitness goal. That's my dream. Is to help.
Meaning you want 1,000 members?
Correct.
Okay, and right now you got about 300.
Correct.
Okay, and quickly, what are the before I move on to that, let me ask you one more thing about the business aspect of it. You make the final decisions, but is your business coach, is he telling you that the business climate the next 5 years is going to be friendly enough to have that expansion?
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
Can you go into more detail?
No. Yes, we have all of the right components to make the next 5 years into my dream of helping 1,000 women. But there are competitors. There are obstacles that come up financially, increased expenses, and I've never grown a business to that size. And so just becoming that person, that owner to fill those shoes is part of what the coaching is about.
Yeah, and you got to do payroll. I don't know if you have somebody doing that now.
I do.
Do you? Yeah. So that you talk about that, and nobody can predict the future, what the future is going to be like in the next 4 or 5 years. But if you do expand, will it be in a different location, or will you keep the same locations? Will you expand in 2 or 3 other locations?
We have a location in Fresno, but we're under the roof of a karate studio right now, and so we've tried to expand into other areas, but the demographics need to be there. Your financial planning has to be there. So yes, we would.
Yeah. Have you thought about going into other cities like maybe Madera, perhaps Kingsburg? I mean, Sanger.
We have ventured out to Madera.
You have.
and
So you have a place out there now?
No, we had to retreat. We had to pull back a little bit. You have to have the people that can train. There's a certain level of qualifications that matter, and so we've experimented with some pop-ups.
Okay. And you're going to continue doing that? I
Yes.
guess.
We're just not there yet. Menlo is our home base. Blackstone, our facility there, we're trying to
Right.
grow and expand and find the right location.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you've got to be, conscious of not only fitness and getting people well, but you have to have a business sense about you as well. Yeah. Tough thing to do.
Yes, and our clients, their goals are the reason that we do it. That is my passion.
Yeah.
And it's balancing giving that to them and still running a business.
Yeah. It really is a fine balance. It really is a delicate balance right there.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie, I got to get the other guests on. I appreciate your time very much. Continued success, and come back again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, and by the way, not to take anything away from you, but a lot of people know who your father is, Bill Cote. I used
Yes.
to work with him at KMPH, that famous historian.
Yes, twist
So
in time.
tell him that we said hi.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Debbie. Stay right there. 436-ME-TV. Option 11. If you want to call in, remember, let your fingers do the walking. Hit that option 11. Thomas Casagrande is our sponsor today. Back in a moment.
Revin is now on KVHF channel 4.4.
At 2020 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 2020 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like Coach, Tiffany, Prada, Ray-Ban, Oakley, and more. Eye exams start as low as $89, so call or stop by to schedule your appointment today.
The new Frigidaire Professional line at Ventura TV Video Appliance.
Enjoy generous-sized cooktops and saute or simmer with ease, while true convection ovens offer even baking and juicy roasting perfection. Foods stay their freshest in spacious refrigerators with convenient controls and clear filtered ice and water. Easy-to-clean surfaces reduce fingerprints, and the quietest of dishwashers makes cleanup a snap. The new Frigidaire Professional line
At Ventura TV Video Appliance.
Back here on the program, 436-ME-TV, option 11. Okay, Ashley Duff is here with us now. She joins us. Welcome to the program, Ashley.
Hi.
And you are a trainer, right,
Yes.
at Whole Body Boot Camp. How long
I
have
am.
you been doing that?
How long have I been training?
Well, at Whole Body Boot
At
Camp and then
Whole Body?
overall.
I've been with Whole Body probably about almost 2 years now.
Okay,
And I am full-time there.
yeah.
And I've been training in general for probably 13 years.
Okay, training. And where'd you get your training experience? How did that start?
I started at Gold's years ago when Gold's,
Gold's
Gym
Gym.
was in town.
Yeah, so you were a trainer there?
I actually kind of led their group exercise department.
Okay, I want to roll a piece of videotape and I want to show you Ashley in action. Let's roll the videotape called Ashley. How appropriate. Okay, and we'll take this phone call as well, and we'll see you pop up on the screen right there. And you are very active. Hang on, caller. I'll get to you in just a moment. You're very assertive, very active. You're yelling in the mic. You're revving the crowd up, and you're almost like a you're like a cheerleader, basically, aren't you? To get these people going. Come on, man. It's time to work out, women. Let's go. I mean, is that the objective right there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because hello, caller. Are you still there? I think the caller hung up. Okay. Caller, you there? Nope, I guess they hung up. But go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, my goal is to get them to work, to get the best workout they can. So I'm going to push and push and push and try to motivate them. You have to motivate them.
Right. And do you consider yourself a pretty good motivator?
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah. And that's part of your training repertoire, I would assume. Do you have any other tricks in the bag as to how to get these women motivated besides, trying to rev them up or no?
If I feel like they're not going quite as hard, then I'll go right next to them. I'll do it.
Like
with
if they're
them.
going through the motions.
I'll do it with them and kind of be like, no, you have to be with me, like my speed.
Okay, look, you have so much experience in doing this. I mean, 13 years plus, and do most of the women that come into whole body boot camp are they looking to lose weight? Are they looking to look better? Are they looking to feel better? What is the main goal and objective? Why are they coming in there?
Well, it depends. Each one's different. But a lot of people want weight loss, or they want to become healthy. They
Right.
want, they want help with eating. And it's nice because we're more of a community and it's all women. So it's a little bit more of a comfortable environment than the big box gym. We know everyone's name.
Right.
So they feel like they're in a part of a community. They're part of a group. So they don't get left behind.
Right. 436 MeTV option 11. We did have a call. They hung up for some reason or other. Maybe we got disconnected, but call back in, hit option 11. Ashley Duff is here. She is a trainer, and I want to roll a piece of videotape, and it's called John and the Straps. John and the Straps. Okay, I think this video is, you're trying to help me on the straps here.
Yeah.
And it's very strenuous and not as easy as it looks. There it is right there. Okay, what's going on here?
I'm kind of training you to do the TRX straps, and
Right.
it's all body weight, and you have to lower your body and then pull yourself up. But the goal of the TRX is that you keep your body in a plank while you do it. So I'm trying to tell you that you need to keep your body in a plank because they want you to engage your core muscles throughout the movement. So it's actually a little more effective because you're kind of getting your whole body rather than just doing a row with a weight where you'd be working only your upper back muscles. This way you're using your upper back muscles, but your entire core as well.
What does this strengthen? What part of your body?
That is actually, it's a row, so it's upper back.
Okay.
But because you're maintaining a plank, your abs are involved, your glutes are involved, shoulders.
Yeah, one
Little
thing I
bit of
remember
biceps.
you kept telling me to do is stand up straight.
Yes.
Because I
I want
tend
a
to
neutral
hunch.
spine.
I tend to hunch over a little bit, and maybe people my age do. I don't know, but I didn't used to hunch over. But how do you straighten that out?
Well, if you can get those upper back muscles stronger, that'll help because you'll
Better
pull
posture.
your shoulders back. Yeah. A lot of people this day and age sit and at a computer, so their chest muscles are really strong. They get in this position, so you kind of have to straighten that out.
Okay.
And then also it just becomes a bad habit. So I'm constantly correcting Debbie as well. We want you in a neutral spine, neutral spine, neutral spine. So I want your neck neutral, your shoulders back, your spine nice and tall. So those are things that we are constantly kind of correcting.
All right, let's get another good laugh here out of me. John and the bench press. Roll the videotape, and the purpose of this is what, Ashley?
That's a chest exercise primarily. I mean,
Okay.
it's not
how much
just a chest exercise, but it's a chest, upper body.
upper body. And
Yeah.
so, how heavy are those weights?
Those were 20s.
Okay, 20. And are those average for many of the women?
No, that's probably a little on the heavy side,
Okay.
And we kind of build up to the 20.
Okay, you start out with a 5, do you? And then go up to 10?
For
then
a
20?
bench press, maybe I like them to start at maybe, if they're brand new, maybe an 8,
Okay.
5 if they need to, but 10, 12. And then
Right.
build up to like a 20. And then I'm trying to, this camp, encourage them to lift heavier.
How many of the women actually come in and they're kind of morally down, depressed a little bit by how they look, how they feel? You get a lot of women that come in there that are just when they first start out, they're going, geez, I joined this club. I don't know if it's going to work out. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe a little bit, but they don't really show that to me
Really?
when I'm training them, because I'm kind of like I don't want you talking.
You what?
I don't want you talking. I want you moving the
No,
whole time.
you're doing the talking.
So as soon as they come in, I'm like, no, they don't talk. So I guess they would maybe say that to me once it was over. I would find out about something like that. But I keep them moving enough that they probably can't even think about how depressed they are.
All right, but I mean, a lot of people are. They're depressed about how they look or how
Yeah.
they feel because they're not eating right. And the other thing is they don't have the knowledge or the experience or the education in terms of fitness. So that's
Right.
probably the other reason they're going in is for instruction.
Yeah, we give
Am I
a
right
lot of
about that?
instruction. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will correct you. We will kind of maneuver
Just like
your
you were
body
doing with me.
and
Am I
make
right
sure
about
that you
that?
do it right. Yes, we are very strict on form. So
Right, because every machine I did, in fact, I want to roll the videotape. It's called John/Pulley. And every machine, including this one, I got instruction from you before I actually did the exercise.
Right.
You gave me instruction on every one of these on how to do it correctly.
Right.
Because it's easy to what? Injure yourself?
yeah, you could injure yourself, and if you're doing it wrong, it's not going to be as effective as if you do it well. I always say everything's harder when you do it right. So,
Yeah, there you are right there,
so,
giving me a
yes.
few tips right there.
Yes, and you know, you come to a place like us where we have someone leading so that you can get instruction, so you're not just on your own, right?
Right, right. And then once you get it, then you're on your own, basically.
Well, here I am always walking around, or the trainer is always walking around, so you're on your own. But if I see someone doing something incorrectly, I'm going to step in and correct their form. So that's why I'm constantly circling the room, because I'm going to make sure that if someone's doing something improperly, we can fix it.
All right, I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball, and that is, have you ever had anybody come in and start the program? I know it's $89 a month, and they just simply can't cut it, and they quit.
Yeah, people quit all the time.
Really?
I mean, not all the time, but people.
They have,
Yeah, will quit, or they'll
whatever reason,
go
it's-
missing for a while, and then they'll come back,
Yeah.
and it's a habit. So it's really Debbie wants you to come 4 days a week. If you come 4 days a week, you get in the habit of coming. It's like you can become consistent at it. But if you get out of that habit, it's really hard to come. You know.
Yeah.
And then you won't see someone for a while, and then they'll come back 6 months later, and then they've, generally a lot of times they've gained their weight back, you
All right,
know.
last piece of videotape here before we call up our next guest. It's called John/Weight, and we'll find out what this piece of videotape is all about. By the way, thanks to, it's Debbie Coates showing me, what exercise is this? What does this do?
It was probably a squat to a press, right?
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. All right.
It is a squat, so that's primarily lower body.
Right.
And then you're pressing the weight. Oh, she's teaching you the squat. And then I
Right.
added the press once you get the squat down, and so
right.
that you get the upper body as well.
All right. All right. And then from this, I think we go into a couple of push-ups. And so when women come in, what's their focus? What's their goal usually?
Most women's goals, to lose weight, to feel better, to get stronger, to
Yep.
get healthier. So, and we've had a lot of really amazing success stories where women have lost, 50 pounds or more.
Is it easier to work with a man or a woman?
Oh, it's easier for me as a woman. It's easier for me to work with a woman because I have no problem adjusting them. But I would kind of feel a little bit weirder to grab a man and adjust him.
Yeah, but
make sure he's
but
doing well.
in terms of listening and following instructions, you think it's easier to work with a woman?
Yeah.
It is, because they follow instructions much easier than men do.
I
think they
being
do.
that I'm a female, I think a lot of men, I used to train men clients,
Yeah.
and they don't want to feel like this girl is telling me what to do as far as
they feel intimidated by
Well,
you,
I don't know if it's like
Ashley.
intimidation, but you know what I mean? They don't like it that,
Yeah.
a girl's kind of
Yeah, but
saying
I
you're
think-
doing this wrong
but I
because
think
I want to
women-
correct them. And
Women pay
for them
attention to
say-
detail
yeah. Oh, yeah.
a little bit, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And it's you give men a plan. Okay, now get out of the way. Let me try it, and that kind of thing, right?
But men are fun to work with too. Sometimes they bring a different
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. So before I call up the next guest, and it's a good one here. How many women have you helped? Would you venture to say at this point that you've seen their lives change? I mean, just from night to day to night.
Oh, there's been a lot. Not just, at Whole Body, they've had so many significant, huge success stories. So
Because it's
yeah.
easy to get off track.
Right.
You can go along, and man, it's.
That's why you
every-
need to be a part of a group, because if you try to do it by yourself, it's so much easier to get off track.
But there's so many ups and downs in life that can bring you down. So it's easy to get off that track. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, most of the time they gain the weight back, and then they come back and they need that kind of the group.
Why do they gain the weight back? Is it lack of exercise or their diet?
It's probably both. Both.
Yeah. And why does diet supersede training, in your opinion?
Oh, just because it's so much more important. It's like if you eat really bad, you're not going to be able to burn all of that off. And it's not even only about calories. It's about the quality of your food, too.
Yeah. Ashley, I'm going to let you go, but it was a pleasure meeting you the other
Nice
day,
to
and
meet
thank
you.
you for the tips, and good luck to you.
Yay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming on the program. Go ahead and stay seated right there. Ashley Duff, she is a trainer at Whole Body Boot Camp out in Clovis with Debbie Coate. 436-MeTV option 11. Bring our third guest back up here on the set in just a moment after this from Thomas Casagrande, our sponsor today.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
At 2020 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 2020 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like Coach, Tiffany, Prada, Ray-Ban, Oakley, and more. Eye exams start as low as $89, so call or stop by to schedule your appointment today.
The Justice Network is here. If you haven't tuned in, you're missing a great lineup of gripping stories of real crime, plus an unprecedented effort by viewers like you to play an active role in making your community safer. You can help support law enforcement by providing information that may lead to the apprehension of dangerous criminals or find a missing child. Great shows and your chance to fight crime, only on the Justice Network.
Hey, back here on the program, 436-BTV, option 11. If you want to call in, let your fingers do the walking. And I'm going to let Carrie roll a videotape on Morgan. That's right. Who is that young lady right there? Well, her name is Morgan McGrath, and she is 36 years old, ranked 10th in the world, is #1 ranked in the United States for the 500-meter Concept 2 indoor rowing event. She's training right now. The invitational events take place in Poland, May 24th through the 28th at the World Games, held every 4 years since 1981. And Morgan is going to represent the United States of America. Morgan has been going to Whole Body Boot Camp for quite a long time now. She's lost a lot of weight. She's gotten in shape. She feels better. She looks terrific. Let's take the shot. Live in our studio right now is Morgan McGrath. You look terrific, by the way. Good workout. So tell me about how Whole Body Boot Camp has helped you physically, mentally, and emotionally.
It's actually done a lot for me. I came into Whole Body Boot Camp in a slightly different situation than a lot of the women. I actually came in having already lost my weight. I did a bariatric surgery, and I came in having lost 230 pounds.
Oh my God!
Yes.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
So you went, but you lost it through surgery. Is that?
I
is
lost
that
it
right?
through surgery and some working out. I had gotten a gym membership, and you know, when you're losing weight rapidly, it's really easy to be encouraged. You know, it was no problem going to the gym. Every time I jumped on the scale, I was down 20 pounds.
Why couldn't you lose it without the surgery?
I tried. Actually, my weight gain was for various medical reasons. I used to be a college athlete. I was very active.
What
and
athlete? What kind of an athlete?
I did tennis and track.
Okay.
College competitive. And for unexplained reasons, I gained weight. And
You didn't know. Is some medical reasons, maybe?
Probably medical reasons. They had done a lot of tests, and eventually I decided, after taking medications that would make me sick, I decided, you know, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna, maybe I'm supposed to be this way, which is not the way it should be. That's what I decided at the time. And then 15 years later or so, I went ahead and did a bariatric surgery. And
How did that work out for you?
it actually worked out fantastic. It was a very easy surgery for me. I was at Fresno Heart and Surgical Hospital. Dr. Higa did my surgery. Matter of fact, it was so life-changing that I now work for them. But the easy part is losing the weight. That's the really easy part. The hard part is maintaining it and having sustainable life changes to keep a healthy lifestyle afterwards.
How soon after the surgery did you lose the weight? Did it come off immediately, or was it over a period of time?
It was over a period of time. It starts happening rapidly, though. At 1.5 years out, I was probably at my maximum weight loss. But it starts, the first 6 months, it starts dropping off really fast.
Okay, so were you overeating?
No,
and not working out?
No, I really wasn't.
You just started gaining this weight.
I started gaining weight. There's a lot of research into how bariatric surgery affects the body. It's not necessarily the restrictive diet. There's a lot about the gut biome. There's a lot about hormonal changes. A lot of different impact on the system, not just that you're eating less.
Yeah.
But even with that, the life changes are essential to being successfully healthy.
All right, I want to roll the videotape, and it's called Boxing, and you're going to see Morgan in here, and so you do the whole body workout with the women, but you also box.
At Whole Body, I box, yes, and it's a lot of fun.
Could you defend yourself on the street if you had to?
Yes. I actually not only box, I do medieval combat too.
Oh, you do some combat stuff?
I do medieval combat as well.
Wow.
So the boxing was actually the next fun thing. It's like, wow, I get to hit people with fists, not just weapons. Yay.
Yeah.
So
So what's your best punch there? Is it a left hook, right uppercut? Which is it?
Probably a right cross.
A right cross.
Yeah.
Wow! Don't mess with Morgan here. Unbelievable. So you're what? 36?
I turned 37 this year.
37, and so talk about what you're going to be doing at the World Games and how this boxing right here is going to help you. What are you going to be doing in the World Games in Poland?
At the World Games in Poland, I am going to be doing a 500-meter row.
It's a rowing event.
It's a rowing
like what
event,
I mentioned
yes.
in the little mini monologue there,
I'll actually get to do 2 events. I'll be doing the individual 500-meter row, which I had to qualify for. Only the top 15 in the world qualified, with a limitation of 1 per country. So I was number 1 in the United States. That ranked me at 10 in the world. Going in, I'll be at number 7 because there's a few duplicates from different countries.
Okay.
And then I'll also be doing the 500-meter relay, which is kind of a fun event where anybody who qualified gets broken up into teams of 4, and they do a 500 meters relay.
So how many events altogether are you going to be doing?
2 events.
Two basically, out of the gate. And so how does this boxing help you?
Boxing is really anything that adds cardio, adds weight training, some strength. All of those contribute to rowing. Rowing is very much a whole body workout, a cardio workout. So any strengthening that I can do, anything I can do that where I'm fatiguing my muscles and pushing through that fatigue really aid me.
Interesting. And so, in high school, you not only, I think you said you competed in tennis just a couple of minutes ago, but it was also track and field, right?
Track
you
and
were
field.
one hell of a runner, right?
No, actually, I threw heavy
weren't?
objects.
Oh, you did?
Shot
Like
put and
what?
Discus.
The discus?
Yes.
Okay, and let's roll in the other piece of videotape. We showed it earlier. It's called Morgan. I want to rerun that videotape because this kind of simulates rowing a little bit. This exercise right here, tougher than it looks, right? The pulley?
Yeah, this actually is the rowing that I will be doing. I do only indoor rowing. If you put me out on the water, I probably would have no idea what I'm doing.
Right, so this is indoor rowing.
It's indoor rowing. So it's the first time it's become a competitive event at the World Games.
All right. And so when did you find out you're going to Poland?
I found out they closed the qualifications on February 28th. I actually did my qualifying row on the 27th at Whole Body. I had the whole class stayed afterwards and cheered for me while I tried for a good time. And I was notified that I had the U.S. nomination, I think like 2 or 3 days later.
And you're 10th in the world?
And I'm 10th in the world.
10th in the world? That's pretty awesome.
Pretty exciting. Never
Yeah, it
knew I
is.
would be here.
And you're trying to raise money to go over there, right?
Yes. Yeah, we don't have really support from here within the United States. It's up to the individual athletes to fund their own travel expenses to get there. So we have been working on that, and I've had, luckily, actually, my community at Whole Body Boot Camp is an amazing community of women. They've actually done a lot to support me in going over.
How are you trying to raise money?
We have a GoFundMe account.
Okay, and how much do you have so far in that account?
So far, I have $1,500. It's probably the expenses of the tickets are somewhere around $2,000.
Okay, so as I understand it here from my notes, it cost about $3,000 to go over there altogether.
Probably altogether, I'm betting it's gonna be something like that.
Yeah, maybe more. Who knows? If you stay longer, do a little touring, a little sightseeing, and this and that. So let's roll a piece of videotape. It's called Jumping, and Whole Body Boot Camp. Do you find that you've made some friends in there?
I have made a family in there. Like, this is an incredible community of women.
In what way?
One of the hardest things about working out is it's not always fun, and just getting yourself there is hard. Having people that you want to look forward to, that you enjoy, like working out with, you push each other, you encourage each other.
Okay.
That community is essential, and that is something I found at Whole Body that I couldn't find anywhere else. The trainers are amazing. Ashley didn't speak enough about herself. She is awesome. And
no, I could tell she's awesome just by just eyeballing her there in the gym and the way she works with the people that come in. She knows what she's doing. She's experienced and she's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Saturday mornings she'll be up there doing our Pilates class, and it'll be time for burpees, and we're all like, ugh, burpees. And Ashley's like, they're my favorite. We're gonna do burpees all day, and her enthusiasm is just infectious. We all do it.
That's what makes her such a good trainer?
I think
it's the enthusiasm.
It's a combination. It's the enthusiasm. It's the encouragement. It's the knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's actually pushing. She works to your level, and I think that's important. That happens with all of our trainers at Whole Body. Is that some people come in and they aren't ready for the heaviest weights.
They're not self-motivated.
They're not self-motivated. So she takes the workout to whatever their level is. There's modifications for everything. And then there's people like me who sometimes needs some pushing. I'll be doing my chest press with the 25-pound weights, and Ashley comes over and says, "Look, I brought you 40s," and I can do them. Sometimes you don't push yourself hard enough, and it really helps to have somebody who can push you that extra step.
Last piece of videotape we're going to roll. It's called Every Exercise, and so are you a self-motivator, or do you need pushing most of the time?
I can motivate myself a lot, but I really appreciate and benefit from the encouragement and pushing of a trainer.
What prevents you from motivating yourself? What holds you back, in other words?
One is discomfort. It's not always fun. It's fun after you've done it and you feel like you've accomplished something, but going into it, having that extra push to get there, sometimes it's hard. And the other thing, sometimes I think we underestimate ourselves. I think that we're like, I'm used to doing 25-pound weights. That's my comfort zone. That's just what I'm willing to do. So, and sometimes a trainer can watch you and see, oh, that's too easy for you. You're ready to go up to the next level. And I think that really helps.
What would you recommend someone who's considering possibly joining Whole Body Boot Camp, but they're not ready to make that jump yet?
Come try it. Talk to people. They offer all kinds of introductory options, ways to try it out. I think it's an amazing experience, and as with any workout program, you don't know until you try it. And that's why they offer those sort of.
And how did you get started with Whole Body Boot Camp?
I was driving by and I knew I was looking for something that was more sustainable, and I saw the pink punching bags, and I'm like, I really want to hit something, so I should go in there and talk to these people.
Who are you angry at?
Nobody. I do medieval combat. I apparently just wanted to hit something.
Wanted to hit something. You're an angry person. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm actually. What's funny is I'm really not. But
no, I know you seem like a very pleasant lady. I'm just giving you a hard time.
But and I actually Debbie happened to be there the night that I stopped in, and I talked to Debbie, and she said, "Come out and try it out." Matter of fact, my first week was free. Come try it.
Okay.
And from then on, I knew I had found my new home.
Yeah. Hey, about the surgery. Mm-hmm. It's not for everyone, right?
No, I think you need to be ready for it. It's for a wide range of people, though. Like I highly would recommend it to anybody as somebody, if you have either a weight issue or diabetes or hypertension. The resolution in comorbidities is amazing and scientifically shown.
We got to wrap it up. We got to go. We're out of time. I don't want to get cut off. But Morgan, it was a pleasure meeting you, and good luck in the World Games. And that comes up when? May 24th through the 28th in Poland. Continued success. Where is it?
It's actually in July.
Oh, it's in July.
Yeah, we
okay,
had
my notes said here.
Wrong.
Okay, it's wrong. It's in July.
It's in July. A little more time.
Sorry. Okay, a little mistake there. Apologize for that. See you tomorrow. Back here on Connect with Me with Phil Meyer, the president and CEO of Valley PBS. Have a good day.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television media
2020 Optometric, your vision is their focus. Whether you're 5 or 65, Dr. Thomas Casagrande will get to know you, your lifestyle, and vision needs to ensure that your contacts or eyeglasses are a perfect fit and the right prescription every time. With the Valley's largest selection of eyewear, 2020 has over 2,000 frames, including top designer brands like